Let's cut straight to the truth. Most men never get their ex or the woman they want back because they do everything wrong. They beg. They plead. They send long emotional texts, hoping she'll feel guilty and take them back. They stalk her social media, waiting for any sign that she might still care. And when she ignores them, they panic and try even harder. But here's what they don't understand. The more you chase, the more she runs. If you're in a situation where a woman has lost interest, pulled away, or even left you for someone else, you have one chance to turn things around. And it's not by convincing her, proving yourself, or apologizing over and over. It's about shifting the dynamic, becoming the man she can't ignore. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 powerful steps to get any woman back, even if she says she's not interested. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll realize that getting her back isn't about winning her over. It's about becoming the kind of man she regrets losing. 1. Stop all contact immediately. The biggest mistake men make when a woman pulls away is chasing harder. They flood her phone with messages, call repeatedly, and try to force a conversation. They think, if I just explain myself, if I just say the right thing, she'll come back. Wrong. The more you push, the more she pulls away. Women don't respond to pressure, they respond to space. And if you want her back, the first thing you need to do is stop all contact. This isn't a game. This isn't about punishing her or playing hard to get. It's about shifting the power dynamic. Right now, she assumes she has all the control. She knows you're still there, waiting, hoping, overthinking every move. She doesn't feel any urgency to talk to you because in her mind, you're always available. But when you suddenly go silent, when you don't text, don't call, don't react, that's when the doubt creeps in. She starts wondering, why isn't he trying anymore? Is he moving on? Did I misjudge this situation? And just like that, you go from the guy who's desperate for her attention to the guy she starts thinking about again. Imagine a man who just got dumped. He spends days texting her, begging for another chance. She ignores him, growing colder with every message. Finally, he stops. He disappears. No texts, no calls, nothing. At first, she doesn't care. But after a week, she starts checking his social media. After 2 weeks, she starts feeling weird about his silence. By the 3rd week, she's tempted to text him just to see how he's doing. Why? Because silence creates mystery, and mystery reignites attraction. If you want any chance of getting her back, you have to break the pattern. Stop feeding her ego, stop giving her control, disappear, rebuild, and let her wonder where you went. Because the moment she starts missing your presence, that's when everything shifts in your favor. 2. Rebuild your confidence and presence. Most men don't lose a woman because of one big mistake. They lose her because their energy changed. At the beginning, you were probably confident, fun, and unpredictable. You had your own life, your own goals, and you weren't constantly worried about her approval. But over time, you started revolving around her. Maybe you got too comfortable. Maybe you became needy without realizing it. And slowly, she started losing attraction. So here's the truth. If she lost interest in you, it's because something about you became less attractive. And the worst thing you can do? Stay the same. If you want her back, you can't just sit around hoping she'll change her mind. You have to change your presence. Women aren't attracted to men who sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They're attracted to men who take control of their lives. If she left you, she expects you to be heartbroken, stuck in your emotions, waiting for her. That gives her all the power. But when she sees you glowing up instead of breaking down, that's when she starts second-guessing everything. She starts asking herself, why isn't he affected? Why does he seem more confident now than when we were together? Did I underestimate him? And the moment she feels like she misjudged you, she starts seeing you differently. Forget about her for a second. Ask yourself, am I physically in my best shape? If not, hit the gym. Am I mentally sharp and focused? If not, start reading, learning, improving. Do I have a life that excites me? If not, build one. Because the truth is, you don't just want her back. You want to be the kind of man she regrets losing. When you rebuild your confidence and presence, something powerful happens. You stop needing her back. You start realizing that you don't have to prove anything to her. You become a man that attracts naturally instead of begging for attention. And once that shift happens, she won't be able to ignore you. 3. Don't be the same guy. She left. Here's a hard pill to swallow. If she lost interest in you once, she'll lose interest again if you haven't changed. A lot of guys make the mistake of thinking, if I can just get her back, I'll do everything right this time. But the truth is, if she walked away, something about you wasn't working for her anymore. And if you try to go back to her as the same man she left, what do you think will happen? She'll feel the same way all over again. That's why the worst thing you can do is focus on getting her back, instead of fixing the reason she left in the first place. It's not always about a single event. It's about the energy shift that happens over time. Maybe you stopped being the confident, independent man she was first attracted to, became too predictable, making the relationship feel like a routine, lost your ambition, stopped growing, and gave her nothing to be excited about. Women don't just wake up one day and decide to leave. It happens gradually, as their emotional attraction fades. And if you don't recognize what changed in you, then even if she comes back, you'll lose her again. Instead of obsessing over how to bring her back, shift your focus to becoming a better version of yourself. Not for her, for you. If you became lazy, build discipline. If you lost your edge, start doing things that excite you. If you let your confidence slip, regain control over your mindset. Because here's the truth. You don't want her to take you back out of pity or loneliness. You want her to look at you and think, wow, he's different. I didn't expect this. When you stop focusing on how to win her back and start focusing on why you lost her in the first place, that's when the dynamic shifts. Because women don't come back for apologies. They don't come back for words. They come back when they feel like they're missing out on the best version of you. And when that happens, you won't even have to ask. She'll notice the difference on her own. 4. Reappear with a new energy. Most men want their ex or the woman who lost interest in them to see them differently. But when they finally get another chance to talk to her, what do? They show up exactly the same. Same attitude, same energy, same desperation to prove they've changed. And guess what? She sees right through it. She knows when a man is faking confidence versus actually evolving. If you want her back, you can't just say you've changed, you have to embody it. And that starts with shifting your energy, not just your words. The reason most guys fail to get a second chance is because they come back too soon, too familiar, and too predictable. They think, maybe if I reach out now, she'll see how much I've improved. But here's the brutal truth. If she doesn't feel a difference when she interacts with you, nothing has changed. Most men don't actually work on themselves after a breakup. They wait around hoping she'll change her mind, keep stalking her social media, obsessing over what she's doing, pretend to move on, but secretly hold on to false hope. And then, when they finally text her, she feels the same energy. She senses that he's still trying to impress her, still hoping for her approval, still waiting for her validation. And what does she do? She pulls away all over again. When she sees you again, she should feel a shift. She should sense that you're not waiting on her anymore, that you've actually changed, not just for her, but for yourself. Your body language should be stronger. Your words should be calmer, more confident. Your presence should make her think, wait, what happened to him? Because when a woman starts questioning her perception of you, you have her attention again. So wake up. Stop sitting around, waiting for the perfect moment to reconnect. Make sure when you do, you're not just the same guy with a new script. You're a man who truly leveled up. And if you do this right, she'll feel it before you even say a word. 5. Make her chase. You again. Most men are stuck in a losing mindset. They think the only way to get a woman back is to convince her, chase her, and prove their worth. They sit around waiting for a text, hoping she'll notice them, praying that one day she'll realize what she lost. That's not how this works. If you want a woman to come back to you, you can't be the one doing all the work. She has to feel like she's the one who's losing something. And the only way to make that happen? Flip the script and make her chase you. The moment a woman senses that you still want her more than she wants you, you've already lost. Men who fail to get a woman back make the same mistakes over and over. They text first every time, trying to reignite the spark. They act too excited when she finally responds, making it obvious they've been waiting. They drop everything the moment she gives them attention. Women don't chase men who are too available. They chase men who seem just out of reach. If you've been chasing, stop. If she texts you, don't rush to respond. If she asks how you've been, don't overshare. Instead, become the man who is moving forward, living well, and no longer putting her at the center of his world. When a woman feels like she no longer has control over you, she starts to question everything. Wait, why isn't he trying anymore? Has he moved on? Why does it feel like he doesn't care? And when she starts feeling that loss, that's when she starts chasing. At the end of the day, women don't chase men who need them. They chase men who are valuable, confident, and hard to get. So instead of obsessing over how to get her back, focus on becoming the kind of man she can't ignore. Because when she realizes that you're no longer begging for her attention, that's when she'll start fighting for yours. Here's the truth most men will never accept. Women don't just wake up one day and leave. They leave because over time they stopped feeling what they once felt for you. It wasn't a random decision. It wasn't a single mistake. It was a slow loss of attraction, respect, and emotional connection. And if you don't realize that, you'll keep repeating the same cycle, chasing, begging, overthinking, without ever understanding why she walked away in the first place. Most guys don't lose women because they're bad people. They lose them because they stopped being the man she was drawn to. They became too predictable, too available, too desperate for her approval. They made her their world instead of remaining the man she wanted to be a part of. And if that hits hard, good. Because it means you needed to hear it. If you ever want a woman back, or if you want to make sure you never lose another one the same way, you need to understand something. It's never about getting her back. It's about becoming the man she regrets losing. That means you stop sitting around, waiting. You stop checking her social media, hoping for a sign. You stop making excuses and start making moves. The moment she realizes that you don't need her anymore, that you're no longer the guy who would do anything to have her attention, is the moment she starts questioning everything. And when that shift happens, she'll be the one wondering if she made a mistake. Have you ever lost a woman you really wanted back? What did you do? Did you chase, beg, or try to convince her? Or did you take your power back and focus on yourself? Drop a comment below. I'll be reading and responding because this isn't just about attraction. It's about stepping into the kind of confidence that makes you unstoppable. And once you do that, you won't just get her attention. You'll get the attention of every woman who sees your worth.